Hey there, Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising. It's time to have a look and see what is going on when it comes to your monthly astrological forecast for May 2022. And just a quick reminder, if you ever want to get a session with me, you do need to go on ahead to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com, or you can simply follow the links in the down bar below. And of course, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. You know I appreciate it. And of course, all engagement helps this channel out a lot. So what's going on when it comes to your May? Well, let's talk about the sun. We've got attention, enhancement, and support. Where is that going? Well, for the first 3 weeks of the month through the 20th, we've got the sun in Taurus, your 12th house of your past, privacy, the hidden zone, anything relating to old business, old opportunities, and things going on behind the scenes. And with the sun in the 12th house, this is a focus on resurrection. This is about bringing things back to life that were left to be stagnant, or things that were never entertained, things that were never developed, whether these were life paths or investments, financial opportunities, lifestyles, life paths themselves, old talents, or passion projects. You're getting all of the attention, enhancement, and support you need to bring things back around. It's important to remember that with the sun in the 12th house, it's about taking a second to look and see what was ever given up, what was ever left behind that you chose to give up or leave behind, whether it was, maybe a practical compromise, it was something that you had to do because this was what was going on with work or with family or a relationship, or maybe a location shift. This is now giving you a chance to give yourself something back that you either had to give up or had to turn away. This is also a time where you are going to be getting a chance to reconnect with lost aspects of yourself, as well as even a passion that you wish you could have monetized or brought into your current lifestyle or career. And so this is bringing back maybe old social contacts, old friends, certainly old revenue and old resources. Really a good time for a lot of you Gemini people to treat yourselves to your most private desires, wants, and of course, maybe even some old goals or aspirations that fell by the wayside once upon a time. After the 20th, we've got the sun entering your sign for the duration of this month and going on into week 3 of June. And this is where that attention, enhancement, and support is coming to you from all directions. Whenever we have the sun in our sign, well, we are seeing this provide a lot of improvements or transformations to all other areas of our life, not just one house, not just one spot of our chart. And this is going to be a time where contributions are coming to you from friends, allies, new and known, to transform a lot of the atmosphere and a lot of the environment that you call home, whether it's what you call home in terms of literal living situation, or where you feel yourself at home in your workforce, or in your career, or in your spiritual path, or in your relationship, or in your social life. New tools are coming your way. You may be noticing, there's a bit of a changing of the guard going on, a bit of musical chairs when it comes to your core support system, but this is absolutely necessary and maybe even very welcome by you by the time we get to the end of May. And you're also rising to a different kind of prominence, a different kind of awareness. What is setting you apart from the crowd, right? What is not mirroring what everyone else is doing is actually going to be quite advantageous to you, however you choose to employ it. We have Mars, the planet of action, passion, energy, and that obstacle-clearing driving force in Pisces through the 24th of the month. This is your 11th house of friendships, social networking. I'm sorry, no, it's not. That's where he's going afterwards. This is your 10th house of career, upward mobility, status, prominence, as well as promotions, and anything to do with your ability to make a bigger mark or leave a bigger mark on your world, make a bigger impact on your world. We'll get to the 11th house in a second. You'll see how I screwed that up. With Mars in the 10th house of career, you are going to find that you are being presented with a lot of highly competitive opportunities to not only raise the amount of money you are able to pull into yourself or into your own life through your job, through your career, through your business. But you are getting the upper hand on a lot of competitive situations that may be going on in your workforce or in your field. Keep in mind, Mars can get a bit testy every once in a while, because as we are going through this process of breaking glass ceilings, exceeding our usual limits when it comes to how much revenue we are drawing into ourselves and what kind of assignments we're taking on and where we're going with our path, we may also find that, yes, we have to sometimes compete with other people, and we need to know how to compete sportingly. Mars in the 10th house is going to have you working a lot this first 3 weeks of the month, as Mars in any kind of income area, houses 2, 6, 10, in this case 10 for you, will always have us going through some serious overtime opportunities or doing some overtime work. But you're not going it alone either, because with Mars in the 10th house, an ally is either going to be stepping up, stepping closer, or, going through this with you in such a way where all parties involved are going to be sitting quite pretty by the time we get to the end of the month. After the 24th, then Mars moves on into Aries, that 11th house of friendships and social networking, that platonic support system and your biggest goals and ideals. Mars in the 11th house is drawing closer to you, the best and brightest, to create a stronger fellowship, brotherhood, sisterhood around you in order to eliminate a lot of obstacles, walls, or maybe hurdles that have come up between you and some kind of shared ideal or ambition, or even something deeply personal to you. However, with Mars, we also tend to draw closer the people that are also heading towards the same goal organically. This is also a time where a lot of distance and a lot of barriers between you and very deep, close, invested friendships are getting eliminated, because Mars is knocking down walls between you and your closest people. And you may be finding that this is a great time for bonding. This is a great time for a lot of you to not only, establish almost the sense of family and new commitments here, but Mars is also having your friends and your closest allies hook you up with a lot of new tools and new revenue opportunities and matchmake with you along the way with a lot of different new spaces to maybe score some accomplishments when it comes to these deep personal goals, ideals, and ambitions that you have. However, Mars does not suffer fools. Mars does not suffer fake people. Mars does not suffer lip service, and Mars certainly doesn't suffer coattail riders. And you may be finding that if such creatures have existed in your life, or such relationship dynamics have existed in your life, you may find out that Mars is challenging those particular associations pretty hardcore. And whether there have been some fair weather friendships or fake superficial engagements or, again, coattail riders or frenemies in your life, they're going to get revealed, and then they're going to get the boot between May 24th and the end of June. Venus, the planet of love, favor, popularity, and affection, is also in this part of your chart, that 11th house, pretty much all month with May, from the 2nd of May through the 28th of May. And Venus in the 11th house is bringing an opportunity for a lot of you Gemini people to get a new lease on your love life by having it go on a lot more adventures, a lot of big moves, and you may be finding that you are attracting new community and a much more complementary support system to an existing relationship. We do like to see that, right, when we're starting to mingle with all kinds of new crowds, bringing in new intellectual stimulation, as well as even gifts, raising the quality of life in that respect. Venus, like Mars, when in the 11th house, has our friends hooking us up in a lot of different ways. Friends are even offering to matchmake us or set us up for those of you who are single or available to new people. In fact, for those of you who are single or available to new people, you may even find that it's through your own social support system or through your friends or through a group you are involved in that you may also find love as well. Existing romantic relationships are going to be a lot more extroverted. We're going to be seeing a lot more social involvements, getting you guys out of your comfort zones, shaking things up. And you may also find that, yes, this could entertain some travel or move opportunities later on in the year as those seeds get planted now. Mercury, the planet of communications, haste, and productivity, is in your sign and doing some weird stuff this month. We've got Mercury in your sign direct through the 10th of the month, retrograde from the 10th through the 22nd in your sign, and then retrograding back into Taurus from the 22nd, where then, Mercury will be through the 3rd of June when Mercury turns direct. And we're going to take this one at a time, okay? Mercury direct in your sign is all about getting a chance to speed things up. Speed up productivity, speed up developments, anything that has fallen behind, lagged, gone off course, or has proven itself to be unnecessary or a bad investment. Mercury in your sign is all about solutions. It's all about undoing things. And we're going to talk about that in a sec, big time when it goes retrograde. But it's also about speeding up things that have become sluggish, things that have gone too slow, whether its progress has gone so slow, baby steps to the point where, what progress we can measure is still practically irrelevant. Now Mercury is helping us to hurry things along, whether it's hurrying off the payoff and payout of a lot of agreements, a lot of alliances, a lot of projects we've been on. Maybe it's speeding up the rate with which you acquire wealth, because remember, Mercury in your sign is also benefiting all areas of your chart. What have you fallen behind on? What have you gotten distracted from? What have you maybe been holding on to as far as old business is concerned that is preventing you from having nice things? Mercury in your sign, the first 10 days of the month, is allowing for a lot of reparative and retroactive moves for you to make in order to make that not so. In fact, with Mercury retrograde in your sign between the 10th house and Mercury retrograde in your sign between the 10th of May and the 22nd of May, you're getting a chance to undo a lot of things that you have taken on in your life that you need to take back. These could be old. These could be quite ancient. Because Mercury retrograde in your sign is giving you a chance to say, I don't want to do this anymore. I need out. I need to unravel. I need to repurpose. I need to reinvest. I need to liquidate. Whatever it is you need to undo. Okay, if there have been maybe investments that you've made that show that they're not going anywhere, whatever kind of investment you want to qualify that as, or there's a certain involvement, or there's a certain social connection, a certain contract, a certain promise, something that you really shouldn't keep trying to live with, something that you really know you can undo and you don't have to see through to a very bitter end, this is going to be a time where you are getting a chance to hit that undo and even delete button. Throw the whole computer away, whatever you want to do. After the 22nd of the month, Mercury is retrograde in your 12th house of your past, privacy, and hidden zone, again, through the 3rd of June when Mercury turns direct. Mercury retrograde in the 12th house is all about you getting a chance to have shortcuts and secrets get revealed to you for your advantage. And this could also be changing a lot of the way you look at old stories, old narratives, and old understandings of maybe interactions, conversations, or events in your past. This is clarifying things, but it's also exposing where maybe some revisionist history or distortions may have occurred. This can still be incredibly advantageous to you, but you are going to want to make sure that you're able to look at everything calmly and objectively, especially if we're looking at old family stories, old relationship stories, or maybe even old social or friendship stories or old business stories, because a lot of things are coming out that need to come out. However, with Mercury retrograde in the 12th, you are also getting a chance to claim things that should have come to you that never got to you. Maybe it was because of those distortions. Maybe it was because of those misunderstandings, or maybe it was because of old manipulations, old illusions, old revisionist history. Be prepared for some pleasant surprises to come after receiving some weird or awkward news, or having some weird or awkward information come out. Jupiter, the planet of wealth, expansion, novelty, and luck, is making a big move this month on the 10th, and we are seeing Jupiter move into Aries, that 11th house of friendships, social networking, loftiest goals and ambitions, as well as your platonic support system. And Jupiter will be here from the 10th of May through the 28th of October. So a big experience, right? A big window of time. With Jupiter in the 11th house, you are essentially getting a dream come true. Just to put it in a bit of a nutshell. Because some kind of deeply personal wish, so this wouldn't have been something that you took on in a phase, or something that you would have just, come by or got attracted to, in a superficial way. A deeply personal desire, something that has yet to be granted in your life, maybe your whole life, is going to have its chance to finally get physicalized. Jupiter is providing the money to make it so, and also the moves in your social life, maybe even your physical locality, for those of you who've been looking to make a move in that way, or in your career to get everything all lined up to make it happen. This is also a time where a lot of you Gemini people may be getting a 15 minutes of fame, hopefully longer, kind of moment, because this is a rise to prominence, a rise of awareness of you in a social or even professional way. You may be getting a lot of celebrity treatment. You may be getting into a space where something that you put out there, something that you offer, something that you work on is becoming widely known. We have this increase in acclaim, as well as a lot of accolades coming your way that are also going to present you with new adventures and new depths to go to with friendships, as well as expanding your social circle far bigger than maybe you even tried to grow it to. And so it's time to play with that, because Jupiter in the 11th house is a big all about you kind of transit. And even if we're only getting a sample of this between the 10th of May and the 28th of October, I do feel like you're still going to be making some very big strides this few months. And what you're anchoring in, what you are grounding with this, is only going to get bigger when Jupiter goes into Aries for real next year in 2023. We also have a life cycle shift going on here. 12 and 24-year themes, goals, and cycles are presenting to be claimed in a very positive way. Only the good stuff that is coming through here, whether it's an opportunity for glory, an opportunity for love, an opportunity for the relationship or the lifestyle that you wish you could embrace, or even maybe the living situation, the quality of life. All of those wishes are also coming up to be, revisited upon you to see if you will have them now. A full moon lunar eclipse is going to be occurring on the 16th in Scorpio, your 6th house of your work, your reputation, your schedule, as well as the teams that you are on. And remember, a full moon is all about culminations, transitions, and endings. And because it's a lunar eclipse, you're in this influence for much longer than a normal 2-week full moon period. This is going to be affecting everyone from mid-May through mid-August. So we're looking at a 3-month influence. This is a major turn, or a turning point, that is offered when it comes to who you're working with, how you're serving them, and where. A full moon lunar eclipse has a lot of you Gemini people most likely either switching jobs or even changing vocations as we go through the May through August months. Some of you may be taking a big break, maybe getting a big opportunity to take on a new employment situation, which is vastly superior to what you're dealing with now. This is a time where some of you may be deciding to walk away from a certain line of work in favor of something that speaks to you more naturally and provides you with more abundance and more wealth. And a lot of you may be finding with this full moon lunar eclipse that the world that you've become accustomed to working in as far as clients and customers and teams that you've been on is concerned is changing. Only the best and brightest are going to remain, and what's coming in next is also going to be able to provide you with a lot more growth, right? It's a better business spell being cast on all of the Gemini people, but also in the form of new business, superior work, superior assignments, superior tools to be working with. All of it is just tops, but you are going to have to be ready to leave familiar territory, familiar work ethics, and possibly even update your skill set, your toolkit, how you go about approaching your job, your work ethics, and your own personal disciplines to make sure you maximize what you're getting out of this. We have a new moon, which is all about seed planting, new beginnings, and initiations on the 30th of the month. This is you. This is all about you because this is a new moon in your sign. And in this window period of the 30th of May through the 14th, 15th of June, depending on where you live in the world, a lot of you Gemini people are getting a chance to start something new, whatever you want to plant, whatever you want to begin, and have it manifest by the time we get to July. So what are you looking to do? Remember, it's a wild card blessing. You got to do the work. You got to put yourself out there. This means, whether you're filing applications, making it known to others, going out and dating, talking to people, having the necessary conversations, casting the right spells, going through your ceremonies, working on manifesting it, right? Love the work if you're on the spiritual path. This is a time where anything that you're trying to get started or bring into the physical for yourself is possible. Are you looking to move? Are you looking to do something different with your health? Are you looking for a new job? Are you looking to go back to school? Are you looking to travel? Are you looking to maybe move into a new house? Like I said, I already said that. Or maybe start a new relationship or finally get a relationship story off the ground. This new moon is pushing for all of that for you. But remember, it's about what you get started in the 2 weeks between May 30th and the 14th, 15th of June that will determine what shows up or what finally gets underway between the 30th of May and July. So that is what I've got for you, Gemini. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. You know I appreciate it. And should you ever wish to get a session with me, go on ahead to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com.